Hello, my name is Nicole Hartley Bradford. I am the originator of Awakening the Village, and I am a fear pilgrim. And I want to share in this video a bit about how this came to be, that I would identify as a fear pilgrim. In the in the world, there are many people who want to be love pilgrims and peace pilgrims, and why would anyone choose to be a fear pilgrim? It goes back a little while. Long ago, I found myself in territory where I was very scared. And I was scared because I had lost the person in my life who was my closest person, my dearest person. And this had happened at a time where I needed connection, I needed space holding, I needed collaboration, I needed spaces of love and possibility to exist. And this person was the person who I had most often found these spaces with. And so this in a way made me unconsciously a sadness pilgrim. And as I awkwardly navigated, full of sadness and ungrieved sadness, I I I made my way, and consequences happened, and my life unfolded, and it brought me more and more loss and sadness and more reason to fear. And because I had a good girl box, I was not using my anger. I didn't have access to my anger. And so decades passed, and soon I found myself again at a new beginning where what I had been doing, just even though I'd been doing some things differently and been getting some different results, there were still these results I kept getting over and over and over. And I wanted something to change. And perhaps, yeah, and I think in retrospect, I can see that what happened was that my anger got bigger, and I started to use it, still unconsciously, to make boundaries and to choose and to ask and to go into new territory, even though I was scared. The new territory I found myself in is a game world called possibility management. And in this territory, there are people who have been consciously exploring what it means to be human, what it means to evolve, what it means to transform, how to make this possible for on an individual basis and then in the collective. And I found in this game world distinctions that were in me that I hadn't fully realized were in me. I discovered new maps of new territories that helped me discern more cleanly and clearly what was what about all the experiences I had already had. And most precious of all, in this game world, I found other players, other possibility managers, other adventurers, other experimenters who were compiling and sharing our discoveries and creating new experiments. And and one of in one of these spaces a few weeks ago, I was with an extraordinary trainer named Vera Franco, who was there in the team that I'm part of, one of the teams I'm part of, to really focus in on what are your next steps. And the process by which she gave me a next step as a possibility uh, is extraordinary in and of itself, but I won't describe that here. The next step she gave me was to go on a fear pilgrimage. And as soon as the words landed in the space, I had goosebumps. And there was this lighting up, this aliveness that happened in my bodies. And I just said yes. And when I got off the call, there was this inner conversation that went something like, I've always been on a fear pilgrimage. It hasn't been conscious. It hasn't been on purpose. So this is a new level of fear pilgrimage that that Vera showed me the doorway to. And I was going through the doorway. I didn't know how, I didn't know what was on the other side apart from a fear pilgrimage of the next degree. And I kept going. I kept doing a lot of what I had already been doing, various experiments that I've been engaging in about fear, about having my fear, about lowering my numbness bar so that I can feel more fear. I've discovered some incredible things that happen in my bodies from lowering my numbness bar every morning in my bed before I get up. And I'm just so turned on to share about it. What unfolded in the next 24, 48 hours was an encounter with my adult son who has been homeless, who has been using strong drugs to numb himself, and who is in this experience of addiction and homelessness in the city where I am staying right now. And going into his world, it has not been scary for me. But what I realized more clearly when he reached out to me in the next days was that encountering him and his gremlin, his demons, his patterns, his box, his all of his strategies that he has running is for me one of the scariest things that I can experience. And he had not reached out to me for months and months and months. And so this it was as if Echo was helping me to really find a space to be in a fear pilgrimage and to really help me shift identity into fear pilgrim. And I encountered my son. I spent the night with him at a homeless shelter, and the next morning with him in maybe the most intense experiment of my life of being unhookable. And as a couple weeks have gone by since then, and I have not encountered him, though I've gone into his world and into this identity of fear pilgrim as I go into his world, so scared I am to encounter him and about what will happen and how it will go. And this has brought me to a new kind of marker, a new X on my map, where beautifully my anger has become more accessible to me, and also my sadness. My numbness bar lowering had mostly been about fear for a while, and now I'm getting to new kind of depths of sadness and anger about so many things. And I wanted to share this with other fear pilgrims, and I also wanted to share this with other people who might be in this territory of noticing that a lot of fear is sparkling, and maybe you don't know how to navigate with that. And the old way of denying it, shutting it down, swallowing it, ignoring it, maybe storing it in your neck and maybe in your diaphragm, just isn't working anymore. And so I invite you to reach out and to let me know how it is for you as a full out conscious fear pilgrim, or as a person who's maybe thinking, maybe I am an unconscious fear pilgrim and there's a next level for you to get to. I would love to connect with you about this. In whatever adventure you're in, may your awareness that you are an experimenter and that you are in this world where there is infinite possibilities for transformation and evolution happening right now. Go team, go. Goodbye for now.